without further ado, yo,
Hey, NAZ here.
we're
Make
back.
another video.
Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Is it?
Dude,
what do
back after
we jumped to
what?
the future, Nettie.
Yeah, no, we did. Well, because remember we made like 18 videos and we were posting them every week, but everything got corrupted and nothing was posted for the past. How long did we not post for?
There was also the Ukraine war.
There's
You're
a
actually
Ukraine
missing
war
your legs.
that was involved.
Yeah, you're missing your legs. You don't.
Yeah.
I can't actually see your legs under the table right now, but you're actually in a wheelchair. You're actually just rolling around. So
100%.
that's what happened.
100%.
You just basically recovered. You just now recovered, and I have a robotic arm. That's why we were held up from June to November. What is that? June, January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October.
You see that thumbs up? Did you see that thumbs up that popped up
Do
over
a
your
little
head?
thumbs up.
That shit just pissed me off.
It's the truth.
That shit just pissed me off. That needs to stay out.
No. You
Self-destruct!
It makes no sense. Nettie, tell me, how do Pokemon are able to use self-destruct? They're Pokemon. This is not ancient Athens we're talking here, dude. You can't send these guys to war to kill themselves. It makes no sense.
No, for real.
sense, dude.
For real. Especially like you were saying earlier where like there'll be a Pokemon like no HP. And the Pokemon's probably thinking, alright, I got a quick attack. I can successfully attack self-destruct. Like I think the smarter choice is to self-destruct.
It says more about the trainer than it does about the Pokemon. Imagine Ash. He's out in the wild. He goes fishing. He catches a Magikarp. What is that? A quick attack and the Magikarp is dead.
Yeah.
Self-destruct. It's like you can't do that. That's not an option. It shouldn't even be presented as an option, dude.
No,
it should not
yeah.
be presented as an option.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. Oh man, that is hilarious. It's crazy how we get right into Pokemon, even though this has nothing to do about Pokemon. But it's a topic that had to be addressed because I feel like self-destruct being a Pokemon move is not talked about enough. Look, it literally is just it's self-destruct. Like Pokemon, kill yourself. Kill yourself, and hopefully the other person. And also think about this: you're a kid, right? You're playing your DS. You're grinding, right? You click self-destruct, your health bar depletes. You don't care. You do not care at all. You're just hoping that the enemy's health bar. And it stops at a slip, right? You're like, no! Are you sad about your own Pokemon getting to 0 HP and you killing it? Or are you sad that you didn't kill the other Pokemon for you killing your own Pokemon?
Bird off your shoulder. You're creating social pass is what you're doing with that game. You create social pass, and what does that lead to? It leads to serial killers and people who cross the street when the walk sign is not on. So that's only going to lead to a society that's not effective because Pokemon have self-destruct. It's not okay, dude. It needs to be addressed, Eddie.
100%. It definitely does need to be addressed. I don't know how we became so passionate about this topic, but it seriously needs to be addressed at some point in some time. We might make that in our special when we go live once on our 10 subscribers special.
We should do a playthrough of like Yellow, Pokemon Yellow, or Ruby. No, Emerald.
That would be dope.
We should do a playthrough of Emeralds. But then we have to use the emulator where you could like go quick, you know.
Yeah, no, that'd be easy. Yeah, because I'm not trying to. Well, there's like they got like Nuzlocke now. Do you know what a Nuzlocke is?
No, what's that?
It's like you play Pokemon, but you put your own rules into it to make it harder. So like a rule would be you can't when your Pokemon dies, it dies permanently. So like every Pokemon is on a hardcore life. So if your Pokemon dies,
that's sick actually though.
It's pretty cool. It's got some pretty sick rules. And then there's one where it's like you can only catch one Pokemon in a route. So I think it's like the first one you encounter, that's the only Pokemon you can catch. If you don't catch it or if you kill it, you can't catch one on that route.
But frankly though, I'd always just use my starter, dude, and take out everybody.
Yeah, I would take TMs and fucking anally shove them up all my Pokemon's asses and install like fucking Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Hyper Beam on like a level 9 Charmander. Yeah, no, for real. Literally, it's so sad because it's just so true. Oh my gosh,
Pokemon sets you up to do that. It sets you up to do that.
The moment you get to that city. The moment you get to that one city where you can buy the TMs, you just start buying them all. Start shoving. Like, Pikachu, oh, you don't want to accept a Thunderstone? I'm going to fucking kill you if you don't take this Thunderstone. No, I swear to you.
The anus, dude.
I'm getting a right to you. I don't care about, this connection I have with Pikachu. Like, oh, no, but it's Ash. It's Pikachu. It's Pikachu, dude. Don't give up on Pikachu. No, give me a fucking Raichu. I don't care about how cool, friendly, or compassionate Pokemon is. I need you to do more damage. I need you to be able to take more damage. I need you to be faster, and I need you to get
self-destruct when I say self-destruct.
It's self-destruct when I say self-destruct, and not question my fucking abilities. I don't care if I'm going against a Magikarp that only has Splash. I'm making sure it doesn't splash again.
Who was the trainer that owned Chansey in the show? Nurse May? What was her name?
No, it was the girl with the red hair.
That dime piece, that dime piece. What was her name? That dime piece, that absolute smoke show. Either way, hey, Nurse May, give me that suppository. You just shove it right up Pikachu, dude. That HM suppository. Teach him, cut was always a problem, though. You had to learn cut. That was the one you had to always bite the bullet.
Yeah, because HMs, like, once you shove them up their ass, like, you can't unshove them. TMs, you can unshove them. But HMs, like, it becomes an ingrown tumor in them that they can't get rid of.
But it goes right back to what we're saying. That game creates social paths. Because what do you do when you need to actually learn Pokemon that has cut? What do? You catch an Oddish. You catch an Oddish, and you only have him for his whole existence.
Yeah.
Only serves to cut the one bush that needs to be cut when it's time, dude.
Do you remember what they used to? They would literally call them HM slaves. I kid you not. Literally HM slaves, bro. Do you know how cool that is?
In the show? I don't remember.
No, not in the show. Not in the show. It was just like it's
like the terminology.
The term, it's an HM slave. Yeah.
It's true though. Like I have an Oddish in there. He's dusty. He's literally dusty. He comes out. He's like, oh, the light's all bright. Oh,
yeah.
Oddish, use cut. He's like, he hasn't been out in years.
Use cut.
Use cut. He's just shouting at his face. Use cut. He's like. Oh, he misses and you just put him right back in the Pokeball.
That's crazy that Pokemon can still use HMs when they're fucking dead. When they're dead. So, honestly,
you just grab the carcass.
Use cut! It just goes right back to dying. It's such a... Dude, Pokemon... Man. Pokemon needs to be addressed, like morally needs to be addressed.
The moral implication. Let's think about Mewtwo as well, dude.
Yeah,
Mewtwo. His build as hell. Dude, he's got such an ass on him, dude. What does he do, man?
For real,
unbelievable. And I think he knew. He was like telepathic, right? Was his thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No, he can speak.
There's a.
No, wait. Because I'm thinking about. Are you thinking about like Mewtwo Returns or something?
Yeah, the movie. I think we're like, does Ash almost? It was so long ago for me, dude. But I think Ash almost dies in that movie. I remember him in like the cave with Charmander.
Pikachu starts crying, and Pikachu's tears.
And Pikachu starts crying, and then you got Mewtwo, literally just upheaving governments.
Yeah.
Using his psychotic powers.
Yeah.
Just taking control of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And having him initiate those nuclear arms. It's crazy. It's absolute craziness.
It's funny you mention that because it is weird how like political Pokemon got. Like it was like remember Giovanni? I don't know if you remember like Giovanni, but like there's I don't know too much lore about it, but like it became the people with higher political power wanted Pokemon to like rule different territories and shit like that, and they would use them to gain political power and to it was just crazy.
I remember that. That's exactly honestly that's analogous to the United States slave trade. Like literally, actually, no jokes aside, that's literally analogous to the United States slave trade. That's what they would do. They would get another slave to oversee the other slaves. Yeah. And that's exactly what Pokemon was, dude. I think Team Rocket, their whole thing was like getting the Pokemon and turning them into slaves was their thing.
I think so. Yeah, something about that. I don't know what they wanted. They were just really fucking horny for Pikachu. They wanted to fuck the shit out of Pikachu.
Wobbuffet was the star of the show. Wobba. You just smack him around.
And then Meowth could just speak perfect English and no one said anything about it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No one ever said, like, dude, why does that freaking Meowth know English? Why is he literate? You see him by the fire with a little pipe and a book. Just reading it, dude. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he was probably, like, drinking something, too. But what would he be drinking?
Dude.
What would he be drinking, you think?
If Meowth was drinking anything, he'd be drinking Gatorade Frost Glacier Freeze.
That's Gatorade Frost Glacier Freeze?
Mm-hmm. That's the one. That's the one.
Something like this? Something like this?
Something exactly like that, dude.
Exactly like this.
Exactly like this. Which gives us probable cause to say what does it taste like?
What does it taste like?
You know?
And is this something that Meowth should be constantly drinking? Is this like something that should be consumed on like a daily basis? Is this something that should be not touched again? Is this something that you could just tell your friends, oh yeah, I like it, it's pretty good, but in reality you don't like it. You're just saying that so your friend can stop talking to you about whatever they're talking about? Because these things are realistic.
Up?
How does it match up?
How does it match up?
How does it match up and compare and contrast?
Another big player in the game, Powerade?
An excellent player of the game. An excellent player. So that does bring us to our new review topic, which is Glacier Freeze Blue Gatorade. It even glistens when you look at it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm going into this.
Yours looks like extra glaciary. Like yours looks like it was taken from like.
That.
Oh, for real.
From Ice Age, dude. Literally taken from Ice Age. That little freaking cracked out squirrel got it.
No, facts. But
dude, man, I got such bad allergies, Nettie.
Dude, I got the congestion in my chest.
Off the charts.
Horrendous.
It's allergy season out here, dude.
It is.
Allergy season.
Ow. Oh. Ow.
Look, in terms of looks and the packaging of this.
Yeah.
Looks and packaging.
Yeah.
For me, they killed it. Like, come on. Like, literally, you go and you fill in the blanks on the packaging. It's literally all gray, and then there's just little areas of the Thunderbolt for you to fill in.
I do.
That's pretty sweet, man. That's pretty freaking sweet. What do you think?
I do like how they added, like, they really put the Glacier Freeze into the Glacier Freeze. If you're looking at, like, this right here, this little design.
There's snowflakes.
It shows, like, like, this is giving me some Glacier Freeze vibes. Something I wanted to point out that, like, I don't know when they started changing this way, but Gatorades used to not have, like, this hourglass-shaped body. I never knew how I felt about the hourglass-shaped body change, because it used to just be, like, and then like a potion, looked like just a bottle. You know?
That was the best one. Yeah,
I do. That is a shape that I prefer.
With the twisty top, dude. The twisty top.
Yeah, it had twisty tops. Yeah, too. But even like the plains one, like both of them just had like a normal shape. But this one, they kind of now you can ask yourself, was this their attempt to appeal to an audience where they, I don't know, maybe would like to manifest an hourglass shape for themselves? Or if I drink something out of an hourglass bottle, I might get an hourglass figure myself. You know, we gotta think about
Latina, dude. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, we gotta think about these things because it could happen. It could happen, right? It could happen right under our nose and we won't even know. So, now I said all that and I didn't even say what I thought about it. The design, like you said, I have to agree with you, pretty solid. I like how it's not very. There's not too much. It gives you your nutritional facts, which you know is legally has to be on there. So I mean, can't say much about that. It tells you how many calories per bottle. It's also something I like about bottles is yes, they have their caloric facts, right? Tells you all like your sugars, yada yada yada, all that bullshit. But I like it. I don't know why when they just kind of slap 80 calories per bottle. I don't know why. I kind of like that.
It's kind of deceptive as well. Yeah, it's deceptive too.
Yeah, it is deceptive because you're thinking, okay, hold on, all this
only 80 calories.
Yeah, because it's just like this is something that you need to know. If a product over advertises a specific thing, then they are actually doing the opposite of showing why you should not get that certain thing. Protein bars, I'll say for an example. Protein bars, when they over advertise how healthy it is, I promise you, it is not that. It is the complete opposite, you know, of like, 15 calories of a protein bar. Yeah, you're probably getting 15 calories of a protein bar and like 900 calories of cancer. I'm just saying, I don't know the nutritional value of it all. I'm sure there's a huge chemical over calories debate. You know, is a Coke Zero better? Is a Coke Zero better than the Coke with the calories? You know, it's always been a debate.
Is the natural cane sugar that you're having in a Coca-Cola more detrimental to you than all the carcinogens and like cancer-causing agents in this artificially induced liquid that was splurted out of some piece of metal in a factory? At least like those Coca-Cola bottles, you know?
Yeah.
You already know some like nice Mexican guy in Mexico was just like, oh, I like the Coke, and he was putting it in the bottle and he was just doing his thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Coke Zero,
yeah,
you're
having people with these machines going, ladder it up, and things are going on like conveyor belts, like going down this like massive thing, and like you just see these big things of just like oil just floating into this like this mixture of muck.
And you're drinking it, dude. Yeah, so you don't know, man.
That's
you
true.
Really
That's
don't
true.
know with that.
Um,
I mean, with the
so
ingredients seem fairly simple: water, sugar, dextrose, citric acid, salt. It all seems like pretty straightforward stuff. It's basically just water and sugar is what this is.
it is.
And
It
it
is.
looks like I know citric acid. They use it for minerals.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it has a little bit of potassium in it. So I think just the remainder of the ingredients are just minerals and coloring. Blue one is the final ingredient. Blue one. So it's like a tiny little
Blue
drop
one.
of like something that colors it. I don't know.
Yeah, you go to a store and you ask for blue one. I promise you're not getting a result.
Blue, if I was green, I would die.
So we got a good view of the packaging.
Are you ripping this bad boy open, Eddie? I saw you going for the rip. I saw you going.
I was going for the feel because sometimes you need to.
Oh, the feel. I got you.
You need to know how it feels to rip it open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
But no, I say I'm ready to crack this bad boy open. Let's get a little taste test.
I'm right on there, 66. Let's freaking
Let's do
go.
it. Want to get a little taste test ASMR crack? See how it sounds? Ow, damn.
I gotta be careful because I didn't buy Apple Care on my laptop. It's spilling.
So
Oh,
the
you
cap.
did that perfectly. I literally heard it.
Really? Okay, that's
Yeah, I heard it perfectly.
perfect. So the cap came right off. Something I want to say about that. Already getting plus points. If you see the rim, you know how I care about rims. You see how like when you take a cap off and it sticks and you gotta tug it. Guess what's gonna happen when you do that? You tug it and you hit one of these. Hold on. I'm gonna need to layer it up really quick because I want to show you what happens when you hit one of these. Ready? You take this. You're like, it's kind of stuck. Let me. Okay, well, I fucking
Yeah, you gotta
miserably try to do that.
Spill it everywhere.
And you spill it everywhere. And then you're just pissed because you're like, okay, cool. And now you have like some prickly thing in this cap that can like poke you. And, you know, that shit pisses me off. There's something that doesn't need to be there. So,
Not to mention, once
Great.
you get this stuff wet on you, it's super sticky.
super sticky. Yeah, super sticky. Well, should we dive in?
Let's go. Cheers.
Let's go to the taste test. Cheers.
Easy does it. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Dear might I say, pretty good. Off the rip, I want to say something.
Hit me.
I can approach this in two different ways, right? This is something that I can sip. I can kind of take like little pump fakes, and it's also something that I can just pound the entire bottle. Both of them will feel good. Some drinks aren't really like that. Some drinks you kind of like go from one for the other. You know, like let me give you an example. Like water, that's something that you just pound down. Any like really refreshing drink you pound down, right? What else would be one?
What about soda, Nettie? Like Coca-Cola, ice cold Coca-Cola.
That's
a
something.
sipper, right?
That's a sipper. Something like lemonade, I would say, is a sipper.
What about an Arizona sweet tea?
Something like a mango Arizona sweet tea.
A mucho
that
mango.
was previously rated by NAC. A mucho mango Arizona iced tea. I would say it's more of a sipper actually for that one too. It can be chugged, but my chugging ability is a little bit different. Like I chug a shit ton of stuff, but for like the average Joe, I think it's more of a sipper. But this, like, you know, if I'm thirsty and I'm drinking this, I'm destroying this bottle.
What did you think of the taste?
The taste was good.
Not
had a-
overly sweet.
Not overly sweet. Had a nice little blueberry. If blue had a flavor, honestly, if light blue had a flavor, it would be this. I don't know how that makes sense, but
That's
you
a
know,
good way of putting it, actually.
I don't know how like beverage companies manage to like color the things in such a good way. You know, like if something tastes like strawberry, why is it like, okay, let's make this red? Because I guarantee you, when they make a drink, right? You make a drink. Let's say that they're gonna make it a strawberry drink. They can make that drink whatever flavor they want. yet they choose to make it red. And then when you drink it and it tastes like strawberry, it tastes like red. Is that because we know that strawberries are red, so that tastes like red? It's very weird. Very weird, but like I don't know.
That is interesting. That is interesting. Like the color association, like what's that? What's going on? Why do we associate blue with a certain kind of color and flavor?
Yeah.
And we associate red with a certain kind of color and flavor. You know,
Exactly.
Like, is it just because of the things that existed in nature, like apples, strawberries have that kind? But then if you start to think about like what's red in nature? Tomatoes, apples, strawberries, and you start to look at those and you're like, well, they're all red, but are they exactly identical in flavor? No, they're all pretty different.
Yeah.
Right? They're all like kind of sweet, a little bit citrusy, but you want to know what else is sweet and citrusy? In orange, that's a completely different color. So it's like, is this all just kind of an amalgamation of like this marketing scheme set up by all these different corporations? That's why we as the consumer can kind of have these ideas, or is it something else, you know?
So
Because like you said, the color, perfect.
that's well said. And you know, there's something that me and Captain Kid are gonna get down to, and it's gonna be company conspiracies and theories. We know the ins and outs of every single company that's out there, and we're not gonna sit here and lie to you and pretend like we don't know what's going on in Gatorade. We know what factories they got going down there. We know what is being hidden to the public eye, and we can
Mr. Knob, Exhibit A. Mr. Knob, Exhibit A.
So Mr. Knob really thought he was gonna get away and hide from what we knew.
The Pablo Escobar of ginger.
No, for real. Because here's a popular saying. I don't know what I don't know, right? I think we've all heard that saying, right? I don't know what I don't know. It's a very, like no shit kind of saying, but it's very true. You really don't know what you don't know, and you can't blame yourself. But you also gotta flip it and say that we know what we know. So don't pretend like I don't know what I don't know. No, I'm sorry. Don't pretend like I don't know what I know, because I know what I know.
Also, don't pretend like you're gonna do what you tell me to do. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to tell Nettie to do this, do that.
Yeah.
Nettie's gonna go and flip them off and tell them, "Hey, look at, I call the shots, buddy. All right?
Exactly.
I know what's going on."
I'm calling these shots until Mr. Knob pulls up at my doorstep, and until that day happens, I'm calling my own shots. But
He's there.
no, the terrible, tragic story that happened to that family. I implore you guys to go take a look at what happened. I think that was episode number 2 of our channel. No, episode number 1.
Number 2.
Oh, number 2. Smart Water was 1. Yeah.
So, Nettie, I have a question for you. How much did you pay for the Gatorade, though? Over there,
did I
or you
pay?
bought it in Korea? Yeah.
So, it's hard to say. I think it would be better. So for me, it's a little bit different because I think it's better to take an American point of view on this price, because living in where I live, it's the price fluctuates. You don't really get like
That's
what it
true.
truly costs.
Yeah.
So, how much did you pay? And I'm gonna put in my mind that I paid how much you paid.
So I went to Walmart, right?
Okay.
And I want to say, okay, actually, this is a quick aside. Walmart is a jungle. Walmart is a jungle. Don't go to Walmart unless you have private. Exactly. I saw the cashier swinging from vines, hucking feces at me.
Dude,
Don't go to Walmart
deadly.
unless you have private security, dude.
Yeah.
One individual after the next. It literally looked like Keynote or Toten in there. I saw the
Deadly.
barriers getting broken down. I heard a which indicated a change of rounds. It was a disaster in there. But anyway, Walmart's so sketchy. Walmart is
You
so
had to
sketchy.
say which
That's number one.
indicated change of rounds. I knew when you did that, like, you're like, I hope they knew that meant changing rounds and zombies. I knew you thought that, and you're like, I better give some clarification in case.
Because I didn't nail it right. So I had to
No, I knew exactly what you were going for. The moment you said Canada tone, I was trying to make a dog
joke,
reference too.
bro.
Yeah.
A guy kept on following me around, looking at me.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest place, and like everyone I encountered was one weirdo after the next, dude. One weirdo, and
Yeah.
you know, we're pretty chill, relaxed guys. This guy has like an eye patch, like, hey, son.
Yeah. Self-destruct!
Yeah, exactly. It was so sketchy. So
Yeah.
yeah, just be careful when you go. If you are a woman from the age of 18 to 25 and you are not proficient in martial arts, don't go to Walmart. But anyways,
good
I
advice.
was in Walmart and I paid $1.40 for this Nettie.
$1.40. $1.40.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That feels like it's kind of cheap, right?
That's
Cheap.
in this day and age. I feel like
don't
that's
know.
very cheap. I feel like that's very cheap.
Well, and another thing about it was the accessibility of it. I went to Walmart, and keep in mind, Walmart, what do you find? Cases of everything, right? You don't typically find just like individual stuff.
Yeah.
And they had this just individual.
Was
in
that
the
one of
aisles.
those like,
And I was like,
oh, in the aisles? Oh wow. Sometimes
it
they'll
wasn't
have
even
them in
in a
like the
refrigerated
refrigerators, like up in the cashiers, but in the aisles, okay.
in the aisles. So
Interesting.
$1.40 was what I paid, and it felt like that's super freaking cheap, especially compared to like the price of an Arizona iced tea is actually probably less liquid than this. This is 28 ounce. I'm pretty sure probably an Arizona iced tea is 24 ounces
Yeah.
and 99 cents. So pretty comparable price. So I think it was pretty cheap, really accessible.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right now, Captain Kid. I mean, looking at your bottle, it looks like you're enjoying that Gatorade. I'm starting to think.
I'm almost done.
Yeah,
I'm almost done out here, Nettie.
All right, I'll cheers to that. I'll cheers to that.
I'm almost done to that, Nettie.
It is good. It is good. So let's let's do a little bit of research. Let's look up something simple. Let's look up some cool facts about Gatorade.
Actually, come to look at it. If you could share my screen here, I actually got some stuff pulled up, bro.
Okay, right. There's one thing that I like. There's one thing I like about someone, and never mind. I'm gonna stop talking. I can't speak. So I like.
Is it someone who comes prepared?
Someone
You know,
who comes prepared. Thank you. Thank you for that.
So I guess apparently it originated at the University of Florida in 1965, by a rascal named Dr. Robert Case.
Rascals, man. I don't fuck with rascals. But okay.
And it's kind of funny. His team were inspired to create Gatorade after noticing that the University of Florida football players lost weight during games and didn't urinate much. So he basically put like sugar and water into this and created this amalgamation of delicious drink that we see before us for his football team. And then Quick Rotes bought it out in 1983. And now they're partnered with Pepsi. So it's pretty interesting.
You know, when you said that they mixed just like sugar and water and that's like all that they made, it kind of makes me think like sugar and water, right? Very, 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 very low amount of ingredients going into this creation. Yet it is an insanely successful brand, right? So it makes you think, oh, well, it's just sugar water. Of course it's going to taste really good, right? Of course it's going to be good. And it's like, okay, well, why? What's stopping from people going to other sugar water products, right? Why is Gatorade on the very top? You know, it kind of shows that there's a reason why Gatorade is at the very top. Even though it's just sugar water, they know you give a man sugar, you give a man water. And instead of being like, hey, let's just kind of mix it together, let's make some sugar water, they're like, no. Hold the fuck up. I know what to do with both of these ingredients. These guys are both artists. They're both artists and scientists and musicians with both of these products. And they dance together. They dance together and create this product of Gatorade that tops any other product of sugar and water. So like, something like Arizona iced tea, something that we reviewed recently. I'd put that in the realm of sugar water. Brisk tea, sugar water. I'd say, Powerade, sugar water. What else? I mean, a lot of...
Oh, dude, and Nettie, check this out. In January of 2013, you know what? As it goes with your topic of being the top producer, looks like they were sued in 2013 because they had some veggie oil in there. They were putting a bunch of vegetable oil in their drinks, and people weren't happy, and so then they had to take it out. It looks like in Europe and Japan and India, vegetable oil was already outlawed. In India, it was outlawed in India, which is pretty shocking. India. That takes a lot. Okay, but anyways,
little side note. Little side note. Something that you should know about our channel is that we hold Wikipedia as the #1 most reliable source of information out there. So you can rely on us on getting our information from Wikipedia, which is your best website that you can use to us daily. But that is actually very interesting. Very reliable source. They got sued.
Not anybody can go in there and change it.
Not anybody can go in there and change it.
It's legit stuff. But yeah, they got sued. So it's pretty interesting. So I guess kind of like it's advertised as this peak athletic performance drink. That's going to make you better. That's going to make you freaking fly. That's going to make you, have these calves of the gods, calves of Athens. And it had a bunch of crazy stuff in there. You know? So what do you think of that? I guess it's also kind of becoming common now because the Gatorade was the rival of Powerade, and then there's also now the YouTuber guy. He has his, and people are giving him the same
Prime.
criticism. Yeah, they're giving them the same criticism. So it's like it's these things that are supposed to make you grow wings out of your back and you start flying over finish lines to beat
Yeah.
your opponents. They're actually not all great for you. I don't know.
You gotta think.
Tastes delicious.
It goes back to, are people buying products for the label, or are they buying them for the products? I'll give you an example for Starbucks. Do people buy a Starbucks coffee for the genuine coffee from Starbucks, or is it because that they know that Starbucks is like the brand for for coffee, and just something about, and it's just true. It sounds so stupid, but it's just true. Getting a Starbucks coffee and having that Starbucks cup, something about it just feels right. Something about it just feels good. Having a Starbucks coffee in the morning, but like, Coffee Bean, another excellent competitor, has excellent coffee. Other coffee brands that I have no idea about, I guarantee you have amazing coffees. But some people buy things for the brand. Another example I'll say is Apple. Some Apple products I feel like are better than some other products that Apple has. No, I'm sorry. Some of Apple's competitors outscale Apple in some of their products. Yet when you get one Apple, when you get something that's like, when you get one of Apple's products, you get their whole family. You get all the Apple products. You get the Apple Watch. You get the Apple iPhone. You get the Mac. You get the iPad. You get the Apple Home System. It's just, it comes with the brand. It comes with, oh, I am an Apple guy. I am part of Apple. Versus like no one wants to be having some like third party watch that shows like how much stuff that you walk or on the track, or if you're pregnant, or what cycle
That's a
you're
good
on
point.
and shit like that. But
Dude,
like,
there's also kind of a negative stigma on that topic. If you have a green bubble and you're texting somebody, because it indicates that you have an Android. So it's like, are you really buying for like the effectiveness of the product, or
For
are
the
you
status.
buying because of the status?
the status of the
super
social hierarchy, because Apple is at a higher social hierarchy status than other products. The same with Starbucks. Because what does everyone think? Oh, Starbucks is way too expensive. Oh, so you can't buy it? You can't
Are you
get
poor?
Starbucks. Yeah, you poor?
We got a little.
Are you at a lower status
brokey
than me?
among us.
A little brokey.
A little brokey.
Get back to Walmart. Get back to fucking Walmart. All right? You know what I'm saying?
Swinging vines, chucking feces at you over there,
And-
dude.
Facts. And here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with getting something. Nothing wrong with Androids. There's nothing wrong with. Honestly, I should up my knowledge on some products because I don't know jack shit. But you know what I'm saying? And I think it goes the same with Gatorade. Like, if there might be products better than Gatorade, but something about getting a Gatorade, a cold Gatorade that you used to get 6th grade snack shack at your third baseball game, that you were
Snack Shack.
begging your mom. You were begging your mom, can you please get something from Snack Shack? No, I have Kool-Aid powder at home. Kool-Aid powder. I don't want no fucking Kool-Aid powder. I want a Glacier Freeze ice blue cold Gatorade from the Snack Shack along with the cheeseburger. Now, granted, I might not get the cheeseburger, but sometimes I'll get that Gatorade. And that Gatorade, that's what hits.
It's true. It's true, dude. I 100% agree, dude. 100% agree. But yeah, I mean, I would have to say, would you say it's worth it for the price though?
Yes. $1.30, I'd say yeah.
I mean,
Because
it could be cheaper for me. It could be a little bit cheaper for me, Nettie. Not because I'm a brokey and I can't afford it. Even regardless, I'm not giving you guys a lot of good content to go off. I.e., I'm in Walmart. Not because I'm a brokey, but I just think like there's not much to it. There's not much to it. It's delicious.
That's true.
Granted, the color's cool, the packaging's cool, but at the end of the day, it's water and sugar.
I think those extra cents.
Bit,
I think those extra cents come from that you're just buying
Packaging.
the branding. Because
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
in my
100%.
mind, nothing's gonna be under $1. If there's anything that's like under $1, either one, it's Arizona iced tea, or number two, it is like. You see how I'm speechless there? I'm speechless because I literally can't even think of anything that's under $1. I promise you. So like,
no,
I give it respect that it was able to stay under like the $1.50 amount. Granted, what you said is true because Arizona iced tea, also sugar water, comes in a very large can, very high in quantity, very high in quality, if I do say so myself, and also it's under $1, under $1. So I think that those extra cents from Gatorade is coming from like hey, you're buying a Gatorade brand. Huh, this is Gatorade we're running over here. Gatorade we're running over here. You're getting the best of the
you
best.
Have all these athletes, athletes are doing it. It's in stadiums, branded on jerseys.
Branded everywhere, sponsorships. And
140 seems pretty steep for some sugar water. I don't know, I overall, though, obviously, I think it's freaking delicious. Nice and chilled like I had it. It slapped, dude.
Yeah.
It was a freaking home run.
Okay.
Now,
so
based off the home run, Nettie. Based off the home run.
Based off the home run.
Sorry, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? Actually,
I was gonna give you like I wanted to hear more of your opinion on what you think. How likely are you to get this again? How likely are you to get this again? And in what setting would you get it?
Yeah, I mean that's actually my first question. I mean, like, quite frankly, not very likely, because if I'm going for something like this, I'm typically going for vitamin water. And vitamin water, the reason being is that there's actually some nutritious value in vitamin water, less sugar content, and then the price. I can almost always find vitamin water for a little bit cheaper than this. So probably likelihood, I would say, not very likely. Not very, or at least not in comparison to like if we're going with Arizona iced tea.
Yeah.
Not as likely. How about yourself, Nettie?
So I usually get these like like when I'm thirsty for something and I'm not craving a water or a soda, that like in between thing is usually something like there's 3 different tiers of drinks, right? I'd say there's water. So like literally anything that's water over here, any different kind of brand, even like carbonated water, anything is over here on this section, right? Then the third phase is anything carbonated, I feel like. So like soda, energy drinks. I'd also put coffee over here. So like frappuccinos, those iced coffees.
Oh, yeah, bomb.
This middle one, this is where you have all of like the lemonade. So like lemonade, there's the iced tea, there's the teas, there's the any kind of not energy drinks, but like the performance drinks like Gatorade, Powerade.
Yeah.
I would put vitamin water into this category as well. Even though it has less sugar, but just because it's kind of like that, I kind of lump it in the same. If I find myself getting like food, I'll usually find myself getting a drink from this middle tier section. I don't really get soda a lot. I don't really get water a lot. When I'm getting like food, right? So if I were to go to the store right now and I'm hungry and I'm getting 2 slices of pizza and I'm walking over to the aisle where I'm looking at all these second tier items and I open that fridge and I reach my left hand out for a drink and I take it out and I look at it, the odds of that being a blue Gatorade are pretty damn low. I'll be honest. They're pretty damn low. But I will say it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But the odds are pretty low of me looking at my hand and saying that's a blue Gatorade. A Glacier Freeze blue Gatorade.
That's a great analogy. I like that, dude.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It took me for a ride. Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
I was on the journey with you. I was floating above you. It was just,
Well, what's next? What happened? What did you do with the bottle? Yeah.
Journey with you. That was awesome.
Dude. Yeah.
That was sweet.
But yeah, I think there's just other things that I prefer. I think I'm more of like, if I am going to go do some sports, because let me think of what this is for. At the end of the day, this is really for if you're playing a sport and you need some electrolytes. That's what it's for. It's for like that quick boost of energy. Like, oh, I'm low on electrolytes. I need a quick burst of energy so I can keep playing a sport. Water. Water is always just going to be number one for me. It's going to be cheaper. It really is going to be better for you. If you ate right before, you don't need Gatorade. It really is just sugar water. People say that it's better for you. You can never go wrong with water when you're doing like sports activities. So I'm just sticking with water if I'm doing some sports activities. I would find myself, if I were to ever have a Gatorade, it would be if I'm enjoying some food. So if I'm not having Gatorade when I'm doing it, If the purpose for Gatorade is to have it during sports, and I'm not having it during its purpose, and I'm not having it during the time that I would have it, then when am I having it? You know what I'm saying? Not really having it at all. So,
That's
obviously,
true. It has to be like a very specific little window of event. I get that. That's how I am with vitamin water,
weird.
dude. It has to be like super specific situation.
Yeah, it's like I have to wake up, I have to go to the store and be like, boom, I'm craving blue Gatorade. Beeline into the blue Gatorade. It's like it's times like that where I know what I'm craving, you know. But besides if that time doesn't come, then I probably won't touch it. But obviously, there's a lot of criticism behind those last 5 minutes of me just ranting about Gatorade. But I feel like I gave it my own valid, true points. However, there is still a score to be made, and I will give it a very honest score for what I think. So let's bring to the score. What are we thinking? So, you want me to start, Captain Kid, or do you think you got your score on lock?
No, you have to. You got the floor. The floor is yours, my friend.
The floor is mine.
Yours.
The floor is mine, and I will give the floor back.
I'm intrigued. You've peppered my interest
with
my
this
friend.
ranking. My ranking for Glacier Freeze Blue Gatorade, cold. Because I'm rating this cold. I'm not rating this warm. Cold. Four point five. 4.5 out of 10.
4.5 out of 10, huh? Dang.
So
I didn't expect so low.
no, I'll give it a 4.8.
4.8 out of 10. Okay, let's see how that fares up with your other rankings. Let's see here. Wow. Okay.
Now let me explain why. I feel like my ranking is extremely low for this, right? So I like to see it as the 5.0. What is the 5 mark? What is the 5.0 mark? The 5.0 mark is that I can see myself just kind of getting it again, you know? Just kind of getting it again. But I really can't justify myself reasoning to get it again. I really can't. Because there isn't a setting where I should get it. If I'm thirsty, then I'll just have either water or like another sugar drink with Actually, I think I might have been too hasty.
Shit.
I think I might have been too hasty.
Are you retracting? Nettie, are you retracting your score?
This is a tough one. Because put me in a situation
Okay, keep
where
this
I
in
am
mind.
really
Keep this in mind.
Huh.
3.75 is what we collectively gave 1% milk. So that'll give you a good kind of litmus test, a good standard of how to judge Gatorade. Is it really a 4.8 or I don't know, you know? 'Cause I got my score locked and loaded. I'm curious to see if you change yours.
Okay, I will change it. I will give it a 5.5. Solid.
Oh, that's pretty high, my boy.
5.5.
Damn.
I know I
Just
gave it
bless them.
an entire point above, a 4.5 to not only a 5, I didn't even give it a half point buff, but a 5.5 because I need to think realistically. I have been tired in the past. I've been on the way home from some kind of either workout session, from a soccer session, from any sports session, anything fitness related. Let me just put it like that. And I'm really thirsty. I think I have seen myself pick up a Gatorade now and then, you know. I think after post activities when I've seen myself get a Gatorade, and that is when I have pounded down the Gatorades.
That's why I was fascinated when I first heard your score of like a 4. I was like, I've seen you pound these bad boys down back in my day.
Yeah,
back in my day, we used to walk a mile to get to 7-Eleven. You'd pound these bad boys down.
That's true. That's
You
true.
That's why 5.5 is fitting.
5.5. I'll give it a 5.5.
I definitely wouldn't say it's in the 60% range.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still kind of just like an everyday thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A 5.5 is pretty solid. It's actually generous, I'd say.
It's as good as sugar water can be. You have yours locked in?
It's as good as sugar water. It's as good as sugar water can be. My score?
Yeah.
I do. For me, I gave it a 5 flat.
5
I had
flat.
given it a 5
Okay,
flat. Yeah,
okay.
5 flat was mine. The reason being, it doesn't go to the 60% range for me. We haven't done a 60% range item since Mucho Mango. Again,
Let's see what we got here.
it hits the spot in the very right circumstances, but it's not something that you're going to go to get it.
Yeah.
It's never going to be something you'll go to get it. At the end of the day, this is just like kind of, genie piss. It's just like it's magical, it's good for the moment, but it's not like something you want in your mouth all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go for water. You're going to go for something more practical.
Yeah.
So, I have to give it the 5 flat.
5.0 flat, huh?
I think I'm being reasonable.
That's
I'm being reasonable.
I'd say that's good. I think we're both pretty spot on. I think we're both kind of the same. I think our opinions on Gatorade are pretty close to the same. I feel like we both had fairly similar childhoods, and I think Gatorade plays a big role in childhoods because of youth fitness, youth sports. Like the team moms having Gatorades, like the little baby Gatorades and the orange slices for the whole team. That kind of
Good
vibes.
times, man.
I think that kind of molded us into the Gatorade entrepreneurs that we are today. So, I think we can both understand that it's a good drink. However, we both understand that we can't gas it up too much because we know what it is, and it's just another good sugar drink that we probably won't get again, but there will be a time where we probably will get it again. If that makes sense.
Well said, Nettie.
So.
Well freaking said. So what's the average score on that then?
Let me cook up this number. Let me look up my little calculatorio number. So we gave it a 5.5 and a 5 rating. We'll add those two numbers up. Divide that by a good old 20. And the official NAC rating for Glacier Freeze Ice Blue Gatorade is 5.25. Stamped!
There you have it.
As the official NAC rating for Ice Blue Gatorade is the official.
So go get yourself some freaking Gatorade while you're at it, if you're craving it. Go
True.
get yourself some freaking Gatorade.
Because it's good. It is good. It is good. You look at me in the eyes and say, hey, is this Gatorade? It's good. It is good. But you know what's also good? That probably will get rated pretty low?
I thought
Candy corn?
No. I thought you were literally frozen for a second.
I should.
You literally stopped, Nettie. You stopped, and you were like, your body was literally like this, you're like frozen. You're like, I was like, yo, is he frozen right now?
Yeah, I had to think about it real quick.
I thought you lagged down for a second. I literally saw you because I couldn't see your face either. All I saw was something like.
Like when I was down.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything. That was hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no, 5.25. That is the official NAC rating for Glacier Freeze Blue Gatorade. So honestly, I applaud it. I feel like anything above a 5.0 for NAC rating is good. That's what I think, because 5 is the middle. On a 10 scale, 5 is the middle. So anything above a 5 is good.
We've only given a 7 for the Pringles, I think.
No, we gave for the Mucho Mango Gatorade.
Iced tea.
Mm-hmm.
Iced tea.
What did we give?
So there you have it.
What did we give? The 5.75 for the sour cream onion Pringles. Oh, this has the same. We gave this the same. Okay, so let's think about it like this. We gave Glacier Freeze Gatorade the same as string cheese and blueberry Pop-Tarts.
Okay, but I would totally agree with
wow.
with blueberry Pop-Tarts and Glacier. String cheese, maybe I would probably rechange that somewhere along the line. Bump it up a little bit. But
you said string cheese or blueberry Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, I'll probably bump it up a tiny bit.
Yeah, we got 3 things the same ratings. I ain't gonna lie.
I know it's not good.
that's not really good at all. It kind of uncredits our rating a bit.
Kind of defeats the purpose.
We're really rating these as hard as we could be.
50% of the things is already 5.25.
Yo, for real. I was looking at it. I was like, that's a little weird. It's kind of strange.
Damn it!
Oh, dude.
I was thinking the same thing, dude. I was like,
But you know what we do on times like these? We say, I don't give a fuck because that is the rating. I don't care if it's the same thing, then it's the same thing. Then all three of those are on the same tier. I don't give a shit. Because if it's an NAC approved rating, it is an NAC approved rating. And it has what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even want a word. I don't even want a word. It doesn't need a word. It does not need a word. So we'll move on. We'll move on because we don't got to stay there. So, until next time, that's been a wonderful review session. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
NAC out, baby.